2. Then we are doing something about tables and the rest. We have done a lot about tables, and in the last class, I did a very complex example on tables. And that complex example even challenged me a lot, but at the end of the day, it's made us to learn more about tables. So today, we are going to handle forms. I'm going to, not forms per se, I'm going to show you how to work with different forms of inputs. So far, this batch 2, nobody has submitted any assignments. I don't think so. Nobody has submitted any assignments. So today, I'll give you some assignments. So if you like, you can do the assignment. If you don't like, don't do it. Now, what are we going to do today? I'm going to teach you guys how to use inputs in HTML. So I'm just going to say Control N and Control S. So that's to say. So let me call this inputs.html and I'll save it. So I'll close this and open a live server for this new page. Like we always do, the first thing that you do is to bring out your HTML skeleton. So when you bring out your HTML skeleton, we have a self-closing tag called inputs. So this is a self-closing tag. When I brought input out, you can see that there is a text box here. There are different types of inputs. When you look in between this place, there's an attribute called type. If you make this text, it means you want text to be inside your input. So there's an attribute called placeholder. The placeholder is the text that will be inside the input. So I can just say first name. So if I say first name, you can see that right inside my input, it is suggesting that what I'm supposed to write there is supposed to be first name. So I can have other inputs. This can be what should we have here? We can have a date. So there are so many inputs. All you have to do is to change the type. We can have date, time. Let me see the difference. Date, time. Let me see the difference. Okay, the difference is not obvious. We can have submit. When you call an input submit, it will become a button. We have other inputs. We have inputs like password. Placeholder, password. We have inputs with input type like email. So email, placeholder, enter enter your email address. So you can have different forms of inputs. We can have tel. I think we have tel. And that's for telephone. Placeholder plus 234 8138310586. Okay, I didn't do that correctly. So what's happening there? Is it because of the plus? Let me close this tag. 234. Let's do this up. So 34. Okay. Looks like something is wrong with the other side of my keyboard. 348138310586. So we can have another form of inputs like time. There are different forms of input. What can we have? What can we have? Okay. So there are other form of input like radio bus. Radio. We have radio. Let me. There is what we call label. You can also label an input. So when you want to tie them together, you say name is equals to radio. Then you say for radio. So in between the label tag, impute the text. Mail. We can have another one and change the label. We can have another one. Where should we go and say? What's wrong with this one? We can have another one and change it to female. As body showing red. Okay, it's showing red because I didn't close this tag. Let me close this. Okay. So there is there is an input called checkbox. Checkbox. And checkbox can have a label called "Do you agree to the terms?" Do you agree to the terms? So we also have the select. Select is also a form of input, but it's not an input tag. So when you say select,
Oh, Chimu, I'm so happy for you.
so when you say select, you can have different options inside the select. So you say option. Option. So countries. No. Let me say data. Can give it other options. Something like Kano. Something like Kaduna. Don't know. Something like Kwara. Something like Rivers. Something like Taraba. So that's a select. So when you click on it, you can select any of the options. You can select any of the options. Francis, you are raising your hand. Please, I have to complete the lecture first before you ask your questions. You have to be
No,
patient.
I don't want to ask question.
Okay.
I want to say something.
All right.
I can't you just put BRO tag in each of the rows so the web page will be more readable.
If I can just do what?
Add BRO tag to
Okay,
make
you
them
want me to break each row?
yes,
Okay, so that it will be readable. Okay,
yes.
I will just do that. Thank you. So I can just say BR. So for those of you who doesn't understand what BR means, BR means break. Hmm? So it's just suggesting a trick for me to break this place so that the items will not be mixed up since we are not using CSS yet. Because if we were to use CSS, some of these items will be addressed with our styling sheets. Francis, thank you. So we can select from these options Kano, Kaduna, Kwara, Rivers, Tarabas. So we can also have something like a label for an option, a label, and I can call this name of states. No, I'll just say states. Hmm? You can't say states, you just say states. So the individual will select their state out of these options. Okay. So if we have done that, I think the last thing that is important will be will be
Terms and conditions.
terms of condition. I've done that. Check box. I've done that. There's a check box here. Do you agree to the terms? We have radio box here too. I've told that. So the last thing is button. Button. So this button can be login button. Login or sign in. This is just a kind of demonstration how you can use your input. So when you are doing yours, it can be better than mine, or you be more professional about it. So I think this is all about inputs. And the next thing we are going to do is I'll try to introduce you guys to CSS so that we can start styling our forms and pages. So let me see if there is something else that I can do. Okay. Okay. So that is for forms. When you want to create your form, make it more organized and follow some, you can just look at some login forms, registration forms online, and you create your form. Now, I want to talk about tables once more, because the reason why I keep referring to tables is because you are going to make use of tables when you want to work on your back end. So sometimes there's what we call CRUD, CRUD. So when you want to create or you want to read, when you want to read data from your database, you may likely want to tabulate the data so that individuals can easily read the data. So that individuals can easily read the data. Okay. Today we have 17 participants, which is the highest so far. Good. So individuals can easily read the data. So I'm going to show you an example. And after this, I'm going to briefly address you guys and take your questions if I have the time. But taking questions from you guys is more important than giving any form of address. Now, when you want to create your tables, row span and column span is one of the important things that you have to know. When you are using your Microsoft Word, it used to be merging. You either merge columns or you merge rows. So, right, if you want to do HTML, when you want to merge columns, you use column span. And when you want to merge rows, you use row span. So I'm going to start with an example. I'm just going to create a simple date calendar. And how do I go about that? I said the first thing you have to do is to add this fine. The first thing you have to do is to bring out your table tag. When you bring out your table tag, then the second thing is your table head, because T head, because your table, we have a head and a body, T head and T body. Now, this table that I'm about to create, we have two different rows. So having two rows right inside is very important. See arrow, enter. Now, I want to add, before this, let me just include a little styling for my CSS, for my tables, so that you can easily see what I'm about to do. So those of you who are new batch 2, don't worry about this CSS. I'm going to teach you guys CSS properly. So I can say table, I can say th, I can say td, I can say tbody, and I can say thead. And I want all these guys to have border that is solid black. Black. but I need it to be 1 pixel thick. So, having done that, when I want to create my head, the first heading, TH stands for table heading. And I need it to span through 7 days of the week. So colon span 7. So I can just say December. So this rule will carry 7 different datas. So TH Sunday. So this will go into 7 places, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So all I have to do is to edit the data in between Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So we have our headings. So the next thing we'll go to the body. The body, we have 7 rows in the body, but the 7 rows have 7 data each. So I'll take care of the first row first, TD. So this should be 7 data, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I can decide to start my dates from Tuesday. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, I will go and create the next row. I can copy this table row and paste it in line 60. So. 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I need about 5 rows. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here will be 6. Here will be 7. Here will be 8. Here will be 9. Here will be 10. Here is 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. So I will erase this, and erase this. So we have our calendar now. Okay. So what can I do? This December, I can make it a heading. I can just make it a heading. I can say that December should be H2. So I'll pick the text and keep it right inside there so that it will be bigger. So we have been not be live. What will not be live for me? So I'm gonna concentrate now. I don't know what's going on here. I have not yet accessed yesterday's video. I'm new to this web development. How do I comprehend this class when I have not gotten started one? Somebody say not be lie, even me. Guys, listen, listen. See, programming, that's the end of the class, so you ask your questions. But I want us to talk. Programming, is not a piece of cake. Programming is not a piece of cake. You have to do the work. Whenever I want to introduce new guys into the group, the first thing I will send to you is the channel link. We have done so many things before you guys came in, and I have been repeating a lot of things because of the new students that are coming in. And those things, those resources, we decided to create a channel for them so that when a new student joins the program, he can be able to access old videos in the channel. So that is why I usually send you the channel link first before adding you to the general group. But whenever I send channel links, most of you don't even bother to check what I sent to you. You then go on the group and trying to act like you don't know what's going on. Why can't you just read a piece of text? Then you get to the group, you see that I've indicated that there will be classes Mondays and Tuesdays. You won't bother to open the group and keep yourself posted. You come back at your own convenient time to ask the same questions over and over again. You have to get serious. And today, I didn't expect so much gratitude from you guys. Like, a lot of people even left the group because of disagreement of 3,000 naira. This is not the first time this is happening. There was a time when we started this. I think this class has lasted about 4 weeks or so, and it's going to end December 2nd. When we started this class, and I brought the idea of creating a channel because of those new members who will not be able to access past chats on the group. Someone quickly wrote, okay, WhatsApp traffic, blah, 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 and he exited himself from the group. He left an impression. Little did I know that he had 2 phone numbers in the group, added to the group. So he used one to exit the group to create a false impression that the class is all about traffic. Now, our big analysts then, they came in today. Oh, I'm not a sincere person. I'm a scammer. Why will I collect 3,000 naira from the students after saying that the class is free? Now, listen to me. I paid money to create adverts for you to come and receive free education. All I said was that if you can assist us with money to buy chalk, it will go a long way. But whenever I posted that if you can assist with as little as 3,000 naira to help us in purchasing data, it will go a long way. People will begin to leave the group. They don't even care about what they want to learn. And it's not even as if I'm compelling anyone to give me 3,000 naira also. You guys don't know how much I'm investing in this free education. And I don't even expect some kind of conversations from you guys. Okay, this is the 4th week. 5 people paid. 4 paid 3,000 naira, and 4 paid 3,000 naira, and one person paid 5,000 naira. Their contribution is well appreciated. But do you think if I am okay, good and fine. If every one of you were to pay 3,000 naira, I will have some good amount of money because the class is so much. You are about 700 class times 3,000 naira should be around 2.1 million. That is just 2 million. Now, is that too much to support the program or appreciate me for spending my time to teach you guys? Or is it normal that in this country, when somebody is providing value, the person must not benefit anything? If not, the person is not genuine. So you guys have to desist from this attitude. I'm not even after so many students. I just need about 5 people to get this knowledge. Someone posted, someone said, because you said 3,000 naira, it's making me to have disbelief. What is 3,000 naira? It looks more like a scam. Go through the channel. We have recorded live sessions, uploaded. You know the cost of data. If I was a scammer and I don't know what I'm teaching, this class won't even last a week. I am not uploading people's video. I am uploading my own video. One of the students, I'm uploading the live session with you guys, including the question and answer sessions. One of the students came to me on my DM 3 weeks ago, and he was telling me that instead of spending so much in this program, why not download some videos and send it to the group? I said, that's not the purpose of this group. The reason why I am here to teach you is to make myself available so that you can ask your questions. Because there are even better trainings elsewhere, like Udemy and the rest, well hosted. But you won't be able to have access to the tutor to ask them your questions. That is the challenge that people usually have with online learning. So I expect you guys to honorably enjoy this class. And for those of you who don't want to take these lectures, some of you are already professionals, but you just come to the group and make irrelevant statements for those who are new to miss their opportunity. It's quite unnecessary. It's quite unnecessary. So if you have a question, I will take only one question. If you have a question, ask your question. Let's end this class. Turn on your microphone. I'll take only one question. If you have a question, ask your question. We have 4 minutes. I'll take only one question. Now, this is the last beginners class for batch 2. Henceforth, it will be just one meeting for both batch 1 and 2 because you guys are already doing CSS. But the next class will deal with CSS, which means I can merge both camps together now. So ask your questions now.
I have a question.
Okay.
This is Livinus.
Okay.
The question goes strictly to this radio buttons and the normal buttons.
Okay.
You know. Does it mean the radio button only works on 2 options?
No. You
Or
can.
it works more than that?
I added this one and this one. You can add as much buttons as you want. Where is that place? Where is that place? So let me go and look for the radio button. If you say I created one and I said male, the other one female, I can create another one and call it she-male. And call it she-male. You can have as many inputs as required. So nothing is limited. So I think we still have 2 minutes. If there's another brief question, you can ask. I hope you understood my response, the answer to the question. Endurance.
Yes.
Okay, good. So if there's another question, please let me have the question so that I can answer it before closing.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Yes, sir. About what you just said right now, about them complaining about you collecting 3,000 or so, I don't think it's bad actually. If they want to complain, if they are feeling inconvenience, tell them to leave. It's not compulsory for everybody. It's not compulsory. If the person you just complain about now, if I am the one, I will have reported the person. But him doing that is like trying to tarnish the reputation of who is actually who is giving the lecture.
The thing is that the
Thank you.
complaints are not even coming from one single person. You know, some people will come to my DM. Like there was one guy that came one day. He saw the flyer, he saw everything, but he came to my DM and he was like, "Tell me what is in the flyer." I was like, "Oh, you saw the flyer now, you know it. Don't waste my time." Things like that. Being rude and the rest. I said, "Okay, my lord, this is what is in the flyer, this and that." And I try to explain to the person. So these things has been happening for long. And there was one that came yesterday. He joined the group. The next thing was like, "Give me the account number." So I sent him the account number. And he came back today and said, the 3,000 is too much. I said, "Okay, it's not necessary for you to pay. If you don't want to pay, it's okay." One other person, there are so many random people coming to complain about 3,000 here and there. And I have to ask you guys to, even when the first time one wrote it in the morning, writing stuff here and there, this group is a scam. Why would someone say that it's free and it's not asking for 3,000 for data? Like, what the fuck? So the guy I ignored the person and the members of the group were addressing the issue. I said, okay, if